Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to the Fruit of Grisaia. We hit another 50 subscribers. I was a little late to this one. Probably not too late, but it's been kind of busy to try and get one of these episodes in again. But we hit another 50 and that is the rule of the game here. I will release a Grisaia related episode, or video I mean, every 50 subscribers. I'm bringing this up again because YouTube decided to change their how they show subscribers on YouTube channels. So we just hit, I think, like a 5.75. So once we hit every 0.05, so in the next one will be 5.80 and then 5.85. So we go every 0.05 now, which is every 50 subscribers. They basically made this a lot more complicated to do. I apologize for that, but just wanted to reiterate what the rule is, just so I can get these videos out in that manner. Anyways, back onto this. I have no idea what happened in the last episode. I think it was the last episode that we actually started up Michiru's route. I could be completely wrong. I honestly don't remember. But I think we ended the previous episode on kissing Michiru because that's what her other self did to us. I really don't remember what happened in the last episode because it's been a while since we recorded the last one. My bad on that, but let's jump back into it. I won't waste any more of your guys' time. Let's do it here. Oh hey, you alright? Yeah, she's fine. Didn't pick up on this earlier, but maybe you're imitating a sports car engine. One of those prancing horses? Ignoring my attempt at lightening the mood, Michiru silently retrieves her canister of Ramoon candies from the sharp pouch around her waist, then pours out a huge pile onto her palm. Hey, that seems like a little much. What the fuck? It's like you're eating sand. You alright there, Michiru? Michiru abruptly sprays great gobs of half-chewed candy, vaguely resembling rotten chunks of tofu, out of her mouth. Did no one even or ever teach this girl to value her food? Michiru, my friend, it seems that you ate too much at once. This person is breaking down right in front of us, and it's very strange.
Michiru-sama, これで顔を拭いてください。雑巾です。ありがとう。ふきふき、ぐすぐす。さえよ、気持ち悪いよ。
I would imagine so. Why don't you take it easy for a while? Sachi, I'll leave the rest to you.
はい、かしこまりました。では行きますよ、Michiru-sama。はい、雑巾。ありがとう。臭いよ。
See ya. And so Michiru and I learned a valuable lesson about the dangers of overeating. Not that either of us were particularly happy about it. Is that what happened in the last episode? Something about overeating? I really don't know. I don't know what happened last time. Have you ever made an irreparable mistake? Yes. You know, done something that can't be undone. Yes. I don't know if I want to talk about it, though. Doesn't have to be anything particularly dramatic. Maybe you hit a line drive into the neighbor's window as a kid. Good enough. Remember that crushing moment of dread? That sense of hopelessness? I don't think I'm ever going to feel that way again. It's not that I don't make mistakes. I've simply come to realize that every problem has its solution. When you break someone's window, you just apologize. If that's not enough, you compensate them for the damage. Either way, if you're tactful enough to send over a box of pastries and an apologetic note afterward, there probably won't be any hard feelings. Even if you happen to run into someone who isn't so easily placated, there are countless alternative ways of resolving the situation. Sure, these things end up costing you a little in the short term, but if you handle it properly, there won't be any lasting repercussions. And once you get the knack of solving problems, you'll find yourself anticipating them ahead of time. So the door you need opened is fastened shut with Torx screws. Hardly anything to panic over, just twist it out with your wrench. Plan a few moves ahead and you'll have a lot less stress in general. It's not nearly as hard as it sounds, just takes a little experience. On the downside, once you have the insight necessary to predict the future, you'll never be able to watch a Rube Goldberg machine in innocent amazement again. But on the whole, I find that an acceptable trade-off. Not to say that I have all the answers. Every once in a while, I do find myself at a loss for a coping strategy. More often than not, this is the direct result of interaction with those highly unpredictable variables known as women. Yeah. I mean, what? It is a fantastic summer day in July. The beginning of summer vacation brings a slightly different atmosphere to the Mihama Academy campus. Our residents may not be the most uniformly diligent students in the world, but I suppose attending class is still a bit stressful. With the burdens of academic expectations temporarily lifted, everyone seems noticeably relaxed. Unfortunately, there's a button here. A problem I never saw coming. Not to make this sound more dramatic than it is, it's not like a butterfly flapped its wings in Brazil and launched a tornado in my direction. No, it's a much simpler situation. Much simpler, but unfortunately no less of a pain in the ass. I'm lounging around on the lobby sofa one morning when Sakaki walks up and clears her throat. Seems as though the time's finally come. I turn to face her, carefully establishing steady eye contact.
Kazami-kun, あなたに一つ確認しておきたいことがあるんだけど。
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, not a problem. Ask whatever you want.
少しだけ言いにくいことなんだけど。
That's fine. No worries there. Judging from Sakaki's uncharacteristic hesitation, this is actually significantly more awkward for her than it is for me. After running a hand through her hair several times, she finally manages to move on.
夏休みに入る前に何かしなかった？
Do something? Could you be more specific? I'm always doing something. Breathing, digesting food, performing basic metabolic functions, but somehow I don't think that's what you want to know.
そう。あなたも自分で分かってるはずよ。
Not necessarily. Maybe, but I can't provide an accurate answer without knowing exactly what you're getting at.
それならはっきり言うけど、松島さんのことで確認したいことがあるの。
Thought as much. Honestly, I'm surprised it took this long for one of the others to say something. Ever since that day, Michiru's been acting very strangely around me.
何かしたの？してないならあんなことにはならないわよね。
I suppose. Yeah, you could say I did something to her, and you can also say that it came out of nowhere.
それが何かは教えてはくれないの？
I don't mind telling you, but I'd recommend not launching any silly investigations. It's not going to help anyone.
分かってる。私だって必要以上に嗅ぎ回るつもりはない。逆の立場だったら不愉快だろうし。
We kissed.
知りたかったの？何があっても驚かん。
Sakaki's tense expression instantly crumbles. Guess she wasn't quite prepared for anything after all. Her mouth hangs open like a nutcracker with a broken hinge. What's with that face? You're putting your beauty to waste. Better be careful or you might get auctioned off as a lesser work of Munch.
いや、なんて。
I kissed Michiru. For a certain period of time, our mucous membranes came into contact. You do know what a kiss is, I assume.
キス？なんでキスなの？あなたたち付き合ってるの？
Talk about old-fashioned. It's just a kiss, right? Do a man and a woman need to be in a relationship to mash their lips together with the whim strikes them? Or when the whim strikes them? Come on now. It's the modern times. Or maybe you're going to start marching in outlaw premarital sex rallies now? No doubt blushing gaytantly all the way. If you're in need of a placard to express your virginal ideals, you can grab that sign from the campus gardens. And it's already got, please don't pick the oh my god. Please don't pick the flowers printed on the front, so you won't even need to alter it. Oh god.
ふざけないで。なんでそんなことしたのって聞いてるの。
Oh, Yuuji. You continue to impress. You really do. Settle down, Sakaki. There were no sugary sweet developments of the sort you're imagining. It was just a reflex test. A kind of experiment almost. Nothing to get yourself worried about.
反射キスの実験そんなことってある？
I'm not even sure myself. Maybe it's hard to believe, but sometimes a kiss doesn't mean anything on the emotional level.
私が口を出す問題ではないと思うけど、一応忠告しておくわ。あなたは感情が伴っていないと思ってるかもしれないけど、松島さんはそうじゃないかもしれないわよ。
True, her mind works in mysterious ways. I'll take that under advisement.
ちゃんと責任取った方がいいと思うけどね。
With those words, Sakaki leaves the lobby behind, shaking her head in bemusement. Again with this responsibility business. Amane said something similar not too long ago, come to think of it. Seems men are expected to take responsibility for quite a wide range of things these days. Hell, if one of these girls caught me throwing a chewed-up piece of gum in the garbage can, I'd probably become public enemy number 1. I'll have to practice letting my candy down gently so as to avoid general condemnation. Sorry for tossing you aside like that, but our relationship was never meant to last. Don't think badly of me, frozen apple mint. No matter how much time we spend together, it's all bland and flavorless now. Those sweet early days will never return.
お兄ちゃんがおかしくなったのよさ。噛んだガムと会話してる。これはかなり来ちゃってる気がするのよ。あわわ。
Didn't notice you were there, Makina. Do me a favor and forget you saw that, alright? I was just amusing myself. There wasn't even any gum in there. Just a little joke. You understand?
ああ、冗談か。冗談な。私も好きだぞ。あれだろ？ガムはガムみたいなやつな。
Sure. Makina, my friend, are you aware that effective punnery involves more than randomly mashing together words that sound alike?
知らない。でも面白いのよ。ガムはガム。
Try repeating it 1,000 times. Maybe I'll be able to crack a smile.
はい。何を1000回聞けばよろしいのですか？
No, don't actually do it.
ガムはガム。1回。ガムはガム。2回。ガムは飽きた。え、もう？マキちゃん、あと998回残ってるけど、どうする？サッチンに任したのよさ。じゃあ続けておくね。ガムはガム。ガムはガム。ところでお兄ちゃん、チルチル見なかった？さっきこの辺りにいたんだけど。
Now, we haven't seen her since the last scene. Almost said frame. That wouldn't be correct. Michiru. Don't know. Why don't you try calling for her and see if she comes running?
チルチル！チルチル！
Holy shit, it's working.
あんたに呼ばれたから来たわけじゃないんだから。
Holy shit, she is acting differently. Michiru's opening words are delivered with the usual powerful tsundere spirit, but after noticing me, her tone rapidly slides down the scale into timid. By the end of the sentence, her voice is only barely audible.
ミチル様、どうされたんですか？体調が悪いのですか？ガムはガム。ガムはガムに決まってるじゃない。それに私は元気よ。何の問題もないわ。シャキーン。
Why did she say Okay, whatever.
それはよかったのよさ。ねねチルチル、新ギャグ考えた。パインがパインパイン。どうな？
Oh, my bad.
あんたのダジャレなんて面白くないんだからね。でも後でちょっと笑ってあげてもいいのよ。
Makina doesn't seem to understand the concept of a pun particularly well.
あ、そうですね。
Alright, cool, great response.
ガムはガム。ガム
Yeah, damn it.
何よ、文句でもあるっていうの。ガムはガム。ガムはガム。 お兄ちゃんに対するチルチルの態度が変なような気がするのよさ。はあ？そんなわけないでしょ。私はいつもこんな調子で楽しくやらせてもらってるでございますけども。
I'd be very impressed with the developers of this game if they actually like set the that track of her saying "gums in my gums" or whatever to exactly like 998 or 7 or whatever it was, coming up to the point where they started repeating it. If there was only a limited amount of times he was going to say it, instead of it being on repeat to a certain point, or maybe both, you know, to a certain point, but also let's say the reader, viewer, player, whatever decides to just sit here like I'm doing, would it actually stop after the certain amount of times? If that was the case, I'd be impressed. If not, then whatever. Just like what exactly?
あ、はい。こんな調子ですよ。はい。今日のチルチル、やっぱり変なのよ。
You got that right.
そうかな。そんなことないと思うけど。
Seems pretty obvious that my presence is posing an obstacle to smooth communication. Deciding it best to withdraw for the moment, I silently rise from the couch.
あれ？お兄ちゃんどこか行くの？
My presence seems to be bothering Michiru. I thought I'd give you guys some space.
はあ？バカじゃないの？あんたなんて全然気にしてないから、そんなことしなくていい。いいわよ。
You sure about that?
あ、はい。本当です。
This is how it's been lately. Not to state the obvious, but ever since that second kiss, Michiru's been acting strangely self-conscious around me. Might sound vaguely romantic, but it's more like she's keeping a wary distance.
とにかくうじ、あんたね、どっか行かなくていいわよ。ここにいなさい。早き。
I see. Alright then.
それとサッチはガムガムうるさい。黙りなさい。ガムが、はい。そうよ。そうしてね。それじゃあ。
Michiru walks off, stiffly swinging her left arm in unison with her left leg, her right arm with her right leg. Objectively speaking, the girl seems to be 2 steps away from a downright panic attack. Wonder how our younger friends are taking all this, excuse me.
みちる様、何かあったのかな。飛脚の真似かな。え、どうしたの、マキちゃん。かっこいい。何あれ、すんげえ斬新な歩き方なのよさ。サッチン、真似するよ。
I have no idea what you just said.
真似？わかった。じゃあ左手と左足から。歩く時も止まる時も左足からは基本なのよさ。はい、次反対。マキちゃん、これ歩きにくいね。見た目がかっこいいからそれぐらい我慢するのよさ。あ、サチン、その歩き方すっごいサイボーグっぽい動きなのよ。いいよ、その動きいいよ。そうかな。我々はそれは宇宙人なのよさ。ああ、そっか。難しいね、サイボーグって。私この世で一番サイボーグとかけ離れた存在だから。なあサッチン、今思ったんだけど、湯豆腐とサイボーグって親戚？
What?
それは血縁関係があるかってこと？調べてみないとわからないな。でも似てるね。じゃあ高野豆腐とミートボールは？きっと両方食べ物。ああ、そっか、食べ物な。食べ物好き、食べられるから。じゃあミートボールとトーク上手は？上手？もしかしてそれサメの話？
Oh, got her attention.
サメの話なんてしてないのよさ。どうしたのサッチン？なんでもない。
Seems I didn't need to worry on that front. Makina is completely distracted by that avant-garde way of walking. And as usual, Sachi was roped into playing along. These two don't seem particularly concerned about Michiru's behavior, but there's a certain busybody who probably won't take such a carefree attitude. And there she is. What's up, Amane? I'm getting the sense you might have something you want to say to me.
その通り。どうしたじゃないわよ。自分でも分かってるくせに。みちるの様子がおかしいの。ユージが原因らしいじゃない。
Suppose I can't deny that, but there's not much I can do about it.
そんなことない。ユージが何かしたんなら自分で責任取りなさい。それが男ってものでしょ。
Stop saying the R word. Lord, again with the responsibility.
だって明らかにみちるの様子は変よ。喧嘩したなら仲直り。そうじゃなくても仲直り。分かった？どうせ二人とも意地っ張りなんだから男の子のユージが先に謝りなさい。
Sorry for what? What did we do? Repay the favor? Fine, fine. At this rate, my tranquil school days seem likely to take an unpleasant turn for the tense. I suppose I'll have to take your considerate advice.
もう皮肉言ってないで早く行ってきなさい。みちるは部屋にいると思うから。
Understood. Rest assured, I'll resolve this post-haste. After we go grab a sandwich. Alright, I'm actually going to save it right here, and obviously this is not going to be the end of the recording session, because the video is continuing. I just need to take a break. I have something I need to take care of. I will be back later in the day to finish recording. It is currently 11:12 in the morning, so I wonder when this recording session, or this episode I should say, will officially end. I guess we'll find out whenever I come back. And I'm back. Alright, let's get this recording session finished. Or so I said, but how exactly am I supposed to approach this? The problem's entirely on Michiru's end right now. Somehow or other, I need to get the girl to relax a little. Take care of it, huh? Easy for her to say, but I guess I have to try. At this point, thinking it over isn't going to get me anywhere. Deciding to play things by ear, I head straight for Michiru's room. Michiru, I'd like a word.
何でしょうか。どうしたのよその顔は。
Not sure I follow. I think I have a pretty normal look on my face at the moment. Is something out of the ordinary?
なんの問題もないわよ。逆になんで何の問題もない普通の顔してるのよ。
Am I not allowed to have a normal expression now? That sounds like a nuisance.
とにかくね、ちょっとその変な感じになるからあんまり近くに来ないで。
You want me to back off then? This far enough?
もうちょっと遠くで。
God damn it. This far enough?
もうちょっと遠く。
Oh my god. This far enough?
あと一歩。
And so I ended up all the way out here.
ねえ、何してるの？
It's a good question. Just playing around. Pay me no mind.
そう、それならいいけど。
Incidentally, Chizuru, when do you think a man needs to take responsibility?
ちょっと風見くん、まさかうちの子に何かしたわけじゃないわよね。
That I did. However, it didn't involve impregnating them. That's a good thing we cleared that up first off.
なるほど。だったら若いんだし、あとは全部自己責任じゃない？いちいち男の子が責任取ってたら世の中歩きにくいでしょ。土下座姿の男で道路がいっぱいになっちゃうものね。
An interesting argument.
そんなものでしょ。喧嘩両成敗じゃないけどさ、男女の問題においては責任はどっちにもあるのよ。そう思わないとやってられないしね。
You don't say. That one seems to have worries on her own, or of her own, excuse me. Well then, let's see, what's my next move? Very strange that the principal was out there. In the end, I make the bold and resolute decision to read a book until the heat dies down a bit. Good move. I'd probably do something similar. At times like these, one might get the impression that I spend every waking moment of the day I possibly can reading. But for the record, I'm not as severe a bookworm as Michiru seems to think. To be sure, I spend an unusually high proportion of my time with books, but I also exercise, listen to music, and watch movies like anyone else. The latter parts there I'm not so sure of, but I will take Yuuji's word for it. Might be a little hard to believe, but I particularly enjoy the radio. Listening to Rossini through a veil of static resistant to even the most careful dial twiddling adds a certain resonance you won't find anywhere else. Unexpectedly, this time Michiru's the one who approaches me. What's wrong? You want me to take responsibility as well?
責任？いや、そうじゃなくてね。なんだろうね。あんたね。
First she drives me off, now she's following me around? I really wish the girl would make up her mind. I just want to wrap this whole mess up and get things back to normal ASAP.
ね、あんたが悪いんだからね。
Yeah, sorry about that.
何それ？どういうこと？
You're talking about what happened the other day, right? That was my bad. Forget it.
忘れるってどういうことよ？
Forget it means forget it. I'd appreciate if you could wipe the whole incident from your memory. That said, I do understand that it's probably going to be a little difficult to pull that off right now.
そうよ。そうに決まってるじゃない。
In that case, just act like you don't remember. We'll pretend it never happened. That should keep the others from squawking at us. I think life will be simpler and easier that way for the both of us. What do you say? Something wrong?
はい、わかったわよ。あんたのことなんて知らないんだからね。本当に知らないんだからね。
Back to the normal Sin today, eh? Glad to see you've cheered up.
あんたバカ。これ疑問形じゃなくて言い切りよ。あんたバカ。
Don't get all worked up. Somebody might come over and see what's going on if you keep shrieking like that. I'd probably misinterpret your reddened eyes as evidence that I've upset you in some way.
赤くなんてしてないでしょ。
They are, actually. Go look in a mirror.
赤くなんてないもん。バカ。随分と大きな声が聞こえてきてますが、大丈夫でしょうか？
Yeah, no problems. You can go back now.
はい、戻ります。
That was easy. Well, that's that. Glad we've cleared everything up now.
わかりましたよ。そうしますよーだ。
Nice work, Kazami Yuuji. Problem resolved. And so the curtains drew closed on this problem play. My peaceful school life was salvaged from its moment of peril. Or so I'd like to say, but that's not how it turned out. All's well that ends well, yes, but my problems hadn't yet run their course. If anything, they were only getting started. I believe that. I was gonna say, like, it's actually all quite obvious what the fuck is happening. Okay. That's probably not a good thing. I was gonna say something, but the yell and the urgent music kind of threw me out of the loop. I was gonna say that it's kind of obvious what the problem is. Michiru's acting like a schoolgirl that wants the attention of the boy that just did something in a way that, well, Yuuji doesn't really, mean it, the feelings and all. She is interpreting what occurred as an act of sharing feelings. So she, acting like the dimwit that she is, doesn't know how to approach him and is acting like a child. Yuuji, acting like the stone rock-hard man that he is, doesn't know that there's an actual problem that needs to be faced, and instead he's going with the let's ignore it route that I tend to go with for a lot of things in my life. From above I hear a strange warbling scream straight out of a kung fu movie. I've never heard that word before. My first instinct is to suspect a terrorist attack of some sort, but there's nothing in the way of explosions or gunfire, so that seems fairly unlikely. Whatever the case, I clearly need to investigate. Leaving my room, I immediately head for the stairs.
風見さん、天音さんの声がしましたが、レイプでしょうか？
What is with everyone and their insane assumptions of what occurred. Can't deny the possibility, but there's no way to know for sure until we take a look. Let's go investigate.
はい、犯人がまだ潜んでいる可能性がありますので、武器を持っていた方がいいですね。例えばモーニングスターであるとか。
Not necessary. If you got time to even say a mouthful like that, it'd be better spent running to Amane's aid.
お言葉ですが、長い名前の武器といえばスカンジナビアンスプリッティングアックスの方が有名ではないでしょうか。
I'm not sure about categorizing that as a weapon. More of a tool, isn't it? Granted, a fairly dangerous one.
さすが風見さんです。確かにその通りかもしれません。しかし武器としての使用も可能ですよね。
Shouldn't we maybe investigate this shit?
なんだか不安になってきました。メーカーのカスタマーサポートに問い合わせる時間はありますか？
Sorry, but there's no time to waste. If you're that curious, send an inquiry to the manufacturer at a later date. It'd probably be a European company, though. Think you can write an email in German?
時間はかかるかもしれませんが、学ぶ気はあります。
No time for that. Alright, let's forget that weapon for now. And Germany.
はい、わかりました。武器とドイツのことは忘れます。
Berlin.
他
Nice work.
あまねさんがレイプ犯に無残に服を引きちぎられたことを想定して何か羽織るものを持っていた方がよろしいでしょうか。
Okay, stop talking and follow me. We'll know soon enough what she needs.
はい。
Yeah, now that we've wasted like 2 minutes figuring out what the hell's going on.
これ何？あまねさん、レイプですね。いや違う。これ見て、洗濯機の中にレイプ犯が。そうじゃなくていいから見てよ。はい、確認します。あらら、これは。
I peer over Sanchi's shoulder into the open washing machine. It's full of colorful toy cars a few inches in length. A handful would be weird enough, but at a rough estimate, there must be a good 100 of the things in there. What the hell's happening?
洗濯しようと思ったらおもちゃの車が中に。申し訳ありません。あまねさんに頼まれていた買い物を一時的にここに保管しておいたのでした。ここって洗濯機の中に？そんなわけないですよね。なぜ洗濯機の中におもちゃを保管するんですか？あまねさんに品物を渡そうと思ったら、それよりランドリーが汚れているから掃除しておいてと指示を受けたので、ひとまず洗濯機の上に置いたんです。
Now that she mentions it, there are indeed a good dozen cardboard boxes stacked on top of the machine. Tell me, Sachi, are these all full of model cars?
はい、そうです。おそらく箱が壊れて中身が洗濯機に落ちちゃったんですね。見てください。他の箱も重みで破れてきて。
Yeah.
落ちた。箱が壊れて全部落ちた。
Our washing machine seems to be drowning in toys.
あららららら。まあこれでこそみたいなところですね。
Amane, my friend, what were you planning on doing with this massive collection of toys?
知らないわよ。私さっちゃんにこんなの頼んだ覚えないもん。それはどういうことでしょうか。ちゃんとあまねさんの言う通りに買い物をしてきたのですが。私はおもちゃの車が欲しいなんて言ってないよね。
I mean, hell if I know.
あまねさんはこうおっしゃいました。ミニカー一機がやりたいと。ミニカー一機で気持ちよくなりたいと。そう私に言いつけました。
A model car riot? Huh. A model car riot. Don't think I've heard that phrase before.
はい、私も最初は困惑しましたが、すぐにミニカーを使った一機のことだと分かりました。一機といえば少なくとも100人からの人が必要です。ですからこの小峰幸、まずは100台のミニカーを集めるところからスタートしたのです。その作業は困難を極めました。一口にミニカー100台といっても そこまで在庫を抱えた玩具店はなかなかありません。おじさま、ミニカーくださいな。100台。5台ならあるよ、お嬢ちゃん。そんな会話の応酬です。
They're refusing service.
しかし、あまねさんがミニカーで悲願の一機をやりたいのであれば、それ相応の数を集めなくてはなりません。私は様々な玩具店に問い合わせ、ありったけのミニカーの在庫を耳かきだから集めました。そしてここにようやく300台の。はい。いや、私がさっちゃんに頼んだのは耳かきだから。
Model car diet. No. Model car riot. Moderate carb diet. How the fuck do you mess up so many of those words? Carb and car sound very close. Diet and riot, they do rhyme. But model and moderate, unless it's just a whole Japanese language thing, that doesn't really sound close.
耳かピじゃなくてキみかき耳かき。もしかしてそれは耳を掃除するときに使用するあの耳かきのことでしょうか。うん。ミニカ一機でなくて今まで使ってた耳かきが壊れちゃったから新しい耳かきを頼んだんだけど、耳かきとミニカー一機、まさかそんなアクロバティックな聞き間違いをするなんて。っていうかミニカー一機って何？どんな種類の反乱？
A very creative one.
これは
All color draining from her face, Sachi begins to quiver like a spastic jellyfish.
大丈夫です。返品すればいいだけですよね、このミニカー。メーカーに在庫なくて、いろいろ探して、11万円ほどかかりましたが、返品を。
So about $1,000, huh? Is that correct? Amane, my friend. Sachi's face is currently the color of moldy vanilla yogurt. What do you plan to do about this?
さちゃん、ごめんね。私の滑舌が良くなかったんだよ。私が悪かった。はい、承知いたしました。滑舌ですね。すぐにご用意いたします。違う、そうじゃなくて。違うのですか？もう何が正解か。私。困っちゃうわね。どこかにミニカーが数百台ないかしら。
Just as the crisis seems to be coming to a head, Michiru enters the scene with a blatantly unnatural line of dialogue, turning her head to take in the horde of model cars now scattered all across the room. She opens her eyes wide. これ全部ミニカー？まさかこんな偶然。でもこのミニカー必要だからここにあるのよね。はあ、どうしましょう。みちる様、どうしましたか？それがね、知り合いのミニカーマニアがどうしても明日中にミニカーを300台用意しなくちゃいけないっていうのよ。なんでも夏のミニカー祭りで冷やしミニカーにして配るんだって。でもそんなに都合よくミニカー300台なんてないわよね。どうしましょう。実はごめんねサチ、もう行かなきゃ。私には時間がないの。何しろ300台のミニカーを明日までに用意しなきゃいけないから。みちる様、ここにあるミニカーよろしければ使っていただけませんか？いいの？だってそんなまるで奇跡。 What a complete farce. It's taking a conscious effort to keep my eyes from rolling.
実はこのミニカーは 全て返品しようかと思っていたんです。返品だなんてとんでもない。だったら私がいただくわ。はい、喜んで。でもどうしましょう。すぐにでもお礼をしたいけど、私持ち合わせがなくてね。今持っているものといえば空前ポシェットに入っているこの耳かきだけ。でもごめんなさいな、私って本当におバカさん。耳かきなんていらないわよね。これはしまっておくわ。みちる、その耳かき私にちょうだい。いいけど、なんで？実はさっちゃんが耳かきとミニ回帰を、いや、これ説明しても意味わからないわね。とにかく耳かきを私がもらうとさっちゃんが喜ぶのよ。なんですって奇跡再び。わかったわ。じゃあこれあまねにあげるわね。は？
Oh, my bad.
みちる様、ありがとうございます。みちる様がいなければもう少しで依頼を果たせないところでした。何言ってるの？私こそありがとう。サチのおかげで夏のミニカー祭り大成功決定ね。冷やしミニカーの屋台に行列ができるのが目に浮かぶわ。はい。
Well, if they're really satisfied with this, I guess I'll keep my mouth shut. But seriously now.
それでは私、お掃除の時間ですので。助かったわ、みちる。ありがとね。だから何がよ、こっちこそ助かったんだからさ。何よ。まあ助かってもお礼なんて言わないけどね。
Is that really an authentic tsundere attitude? I'm having some doubts.
そうですね。あれれ、何？なんでもないわよ。あまねは黙ってなさい。ちょっとユージと会話してみて。ユージ、こんにちは。
Hello. Yeah, hello.
したわよ。不自然じゃない。何？仲直りできてないの？そんなことないわよ。普通よ、普通。はい、もう一度挨拶。こんにちは。はい、どうも。ユージ、あんたちゃんと謝れって言ったのに。
I mean, technically we did.
いいのよ、あまね、黙って。そういうことじゃないから。
Sorry, I was getting a drink. Yeah, we should be okay.
みちるこそ黙ってて。今私はユージと話してるの。
Well, if you have some solution to this, I'd honestly love to hear it.
大体何があったかわかんないけどね。女の子、黙ってってば。
Oh, shit.
ごめん、そんなつもりなかったんだけど、ただ、違う、そうじゃなくて、私、ごめんね、本当に。私関係ないのに。
It really isn't, actually.
いいの、そうじゃないの。そうじゃないってば。
Her face contorted with anxiety. Michiru stumbles repetitively over her words. It's painful to watch, but I'm not sure how to intercede. And in the next moment, just to complicate things further, Makina pokes her head into the room.
ねえねえ、どうかしたの？何このミニカー。
Makina, this isn't a good time. Save it for later, alright?
なんで仲間外れにするの？私だってお友達の一人なのよ。マキナ、仲間外れじゃないけど、今はその。あれ、チルチルどうしたの？顔色が悪いのよ。お腹痛いの？何？どう したのよ、チルチルってば。
Machina, we're leaving. Stop talking and come with...
うるさい。あ、チルチル？うるさい。うるさい、うるさい、うるさい。やだ。
God damn.
みちる、ちょっと落ち着こうか。私も言い過ぎたし。やだもう。やだ。何？私のせい？ごめんね、チルチル。どうしよう。
Michiru, are you... For a long moment, Michiru stares fixedly at the floor in silence, her expression hidden by her bangs. Judging from their astonished reactions, Amane and Machina haven't seen the girl act like this before. Did she say anything?
なんなのよさ。
But when Michiru finally speaks, the first word out of her mouth comes at yet another baffling surprise.
なんてね。驚いたっていうか、驚いたでしょ。
It's not just the abrupt attitude shift. Michiru's expression is like that of a completely different person. Everyone else in the room, myself included, is struck speechless. Amane blinks her eyes in utter confusion.
どういうこと？
I probably would have been just as baffled if this was my first time seeing this Michiru. But that's not the case. A vague understanding of the situation dawns on me. I see. So that's how it is.
そういうことってちょっと意味がわからないんだけど。何真面目な顔してんのよ。ちょっと笑っちゃうんだけど。ほらマキナにあまね。何ボケーっとした顔してんの？私が本気で落ち込むわけないでしょ。そんじょそこらのみちる様じゃないのよ。キングオブツンデレよ。わかる？ほらもう驚いた顔しないで。はいいつもの通りに。大丈夫なの？大丈夫って何が？今までのは全部冗談よ。なんで私が落ち込まなきゃいけないのよ。っていう。
Oh, my bad. Keep doing that. Could have fooled me for a minute there.
あんたバカそんなキャラじゃないっての。そうなの？本気で怒らせちゃったのかと思ってすっごい驚いて心配しちゃったじゃない。チルチルも意外とやるのよね。つまりあれだろ、ドッキリってことな。ちょっと驚かせてやろうと思ったのよ。かなり真に迫った演技だったんじゃない？みんなコローっと騙されちゃって素直なんだから。すっごい疲れた。どっと疲れが出た。さ、そういう冗談やめてよね。うっかり信じちゃったじゃないの。みんなお人よしなのよ。さ、私はこのミニカーを冷凍庫にどうやって入れるか考えなきゃいけないから、解散。もしかしたらみんなの冷凍庫をちょっとずつ変えるかもしれないからね。冷凍庫にミニカーとか嫌なのよさ。断る。
I mean, they were in the washing machine.
あらそう、ケチくさいわねまったく。それじゃあ私は忙しいんで、ほら解散。はーい解散。
God, why do I keep doing
じゃ
that?
あね。私もチルチルにいたずらの仕返ししてやるのよさ。ああ、分かってると思うけど、ユージ君はちょっと待って。君には言いたいことがあるんだけど。
Well, of course you do. The moment the others stagger out of the laundry room, the smile is completely erased from Michiru's face. She watches me with a serious expression, her tone of voice cold. Doesn't surprise me. I've got something I want to ask you myself.
それは好都合ね。そうね。教室で待ってて。なるべく人の来ないところがいいから。
Works for me. Yeah, fine by me. Okay, before we continue on, I was following along with that. It was actually a really good observation to make, and I'll share it with you guys right now. As Michiru was entering, that was the Michiru we really do know. And we've most likely seen her doing similar things in the past, but besides being the comedic relief that she is in this series, she really is a caring character. She cares for her friends. You know, behind all the joking around and being an absolute clown, she is a reasonable and caring character. I know, it's weird. I'm actually admitting this. And I came to that conclusion when I was watching the anime and doing the first part of my anime analysis, which I really got to get back to doing that. Part 2 coming soon, hopefully. And somebody pointed out that in the scene in the beginning of the common route, or somewhere in the common route, but in the beginning of the anime, there was that scene where Yuuji was half asleep or whatever, and Sachi was going to make him a pouch, and then Michiru intervened, not because of her other personality coming out and doing so, but that's just her character, to try and make things right, to help her friends and make sure that everybody is happy, which is what she did. She overheard the conversation and came up with a way so that everybody was happy, because obviously Amane and Sachi were not in a happy position because of the fuck up that Sachi, did. So what I'm trying to say here is that Michiru's a really good character. She is caring underneath the stupidity and annoyances that we are used to seeing and receiving. But then the other Michiru came out, and that was quite obvious. We don't need changing eye color to see that. So just a little observation to make, especially since I did the anime analysis. It is kind of coming together a little bit more to me, and it is kind of nice. So let's read on here. As instructed, I immediately make my way to the empty school building. Maybe now I'll finally get some real answers about what's going on with my erratic young friend. Even as I'm settling in to wait, the door slides silently open and the girl in question enters. Michiru folds her arms and slowly, silently approaches me. She appears to be sizing me up somehow. Rather than taking a chair, she lowers herself onto a desk and in front of me. We're at point-blank range, but she still hadn't said a word. Well, no point waiting till the sun goes down. Instead of easing into the topic at hand, I try abruptly throwing her a bit of a fastball. You going to explain yourself? What the hell was that supposed to be? But as soon as the words leave my mouth, Michiru fires right back in an even more forceful tone of voice.
Yuuji-kun, 君こそ説明してくれない?
An explanation? Me?
そう、説明。なんであんなことしたの？もちろんあんなことってキスのことね。とぼけないでね。
Seems the girl's genuinely upset with me now. Completely incomprehensible. I was expecting you to give me some sort of explanation, but instead it's yet another lecture on responsibility.
その通り。責任です。君さ、本当に無神経だよね。
Yes, finally, somebody points it out. We've been recording how many episodes? How many games that Yuuji is in? And no one has stated how insensitive he is other than JB? Okay, yeah, alright, whatever. Michiru rebukes me in a vaguely disgusted tone of voice, almost like a big sister lecturing her brat of a brother on how to use his chopsticks. That's a good bit of foreshadowing. This coming from you. If you want to criticize my manners, shouldn't you explain who you are first? That little body swapping routine just now wasn't half bad, but it's not going to fool me. I assume you're aware of that.
私は私でしょ？逆に聞くけど、君は誰？
Well, I'm me. Not sure how else to answer that.
でしょ？自分で答えられないことを他人に聞くなんて馬鹿げてる。
I'm going to fucking bust a nut. I mean, what? Again with this. When I talk to the other Michiru, I always end up getting lost in fog, wandering straight off topic. But I'm not Alice, and this isn't the time to be getting caught up in riddles. Okay, look, I've had enough of the riddling. Just because you're perching on top of a desk doesn't mean you need to croak at me, like a crow.
それどういう意味？
Doesn't mean anything. Listen, just answer the question, will you? That's the most basic rule of a coherent conversation.
ルールは破るためにある。
God fucking damn it, dude. Some people feel that way, but it's hard to have a fair match without them. Here and now, for the purposes of this discussion, I think the two of us should be on even footing.
そうね。そうかもしれない。では、たった今から君のルールに従います。どんなルール？
Michiru imitates, putting her hand on a Bible as she speaks. Hopefully this means we're finally going to get somewhere. Probably not. Good. Rule number 1, the first and only rule. Truthfully answer the following question. Who are you?
だからさっきも言ったでしょ。私は私。
You're definitely Michiru, but you're not the Michiru I know. Listen, I don't need any more banter. Just give me a yes or no. Are you Michiru? Michiru heaves a deep sigh and hops lightly down from the desk. After a moment of silence, she shrugs her shoulders expressively, silently communicating the words, "You really are clueless, aren't you?"
ねえ、世の中はイエスとノーだけじゃ返事できない問題がたくさんある。例えば、1+1 はイエスかノーじゃ答えられない。これは謎かけじゃない。構造の問題。もちろん、あなたが好きそうな二進法に変換したら、イエスノー、イエスノー、イエスノーの羅列で表現できるかもしれないけど。
Why couldn't you just say yes and no? What the fuck? Pushing out her lips in a mild pout, she continues with a clear tinge of displeasure in her voice.
やぼったい。それもとびっきりね。
That's so. This is a problem. Seems the two of us are communicationally incompatible.
それじゃあ君の話は終わりかな。今度は私の話を聞いて。
I lower myself onto a chair and lean back in my listening pose. Sadly, I can't help but admit it. We're firmly in Wonderland territory here. Seems I have no choice but to play by our rules. Shame we don't have any tea. I'm sure your story's worth savoring at length.
大丈夫。時間は取らせない。っていうか、時間がないのよ。おっと、茶化さないでね。本当に時間がないんだから。
Well,
これは大問題なのよ。
well, you're right about some of that last part there. We really do not have a lot of time. We need to hurry. Running out of time for the rest of this episode. After thinking for a while, Michiru clears her throat with a little cough. I get the impression the girl just brushed away the conversation to this point, like so many errant particles of dust.
まず、この子はひどく動揺してる。さっきの何？あんなこと初めて。原因はもちろん君。わかるでしょ？
Yeah, I guess so.
そして、今日のことも深く彼女を傷つけることになる。これは、君が思ってるよりもずっとシリアスに彼女を傷つける。だから、君には責任を取ってほしいの。簡単に言うと、慰めてほしい。
Comfort? Want me to pet your head then? Or maybe I should get a big stuffed animal, put some candy in a stocking, and drop down the chimney at Christmas?
だから茶化さないで。明日の朝、この子の部屋に来て、それから慰めて。とっても優しく、とっても紳士的に。
Comfort me like a gentleman? Can't say I've ever heard someone make a request like that on their own behalf before. People drop hints, but outright telling someone I'm weak, comfort me, is more than a little unusual. Will that prevent any further or future problems?
ある程度はね。でも君がこの子にキスした時点で、それは始まってしまったのよ。
Hold on, you're making this out to be my fault, but you're the one who started this.
そうね、確かにそう。でも私と違ってこの子は純粋なの。もちろん私だってそこそこ純粋よ。でもこの子はそれとは比べ物にならないの。
Michiru hesitates for a moment, but apparently decides that there's no use hiding it. She fires off the words as if eager to get them off her tongue.
君のことを好きになったのよ。単純だって笑わないでね。だって生まれて初めてのキスをしたのよ。それで普通でいろって方が難しいんじゃない？
If you say so.
何か質問はある？
Oh, many. Quite a few, actually. There's a whole mountain of things I don't understand, but I don't trust this hitting wall to return my volleys properly. Lob a tennis ball at her, and you might well get a watermelon flying back at you. No, not for you, at least. I'll ask the girl herself tomorrow. Seems like it'll be faster that way.
それならそれで構わない。でもあくまで。
A gentleman?
わかってるじゃない。君って堅物だけど、飲み込みは早いのね。
The conversation apparently concluded. Michiru waves her hand vaguely in my general direction.
あまり四角ばらないでね。はい、これあげる。まったくあんな数、どうしろっていうのよ。
Leaving a single model car behind on top of the desk, Michiru strides out of the classroom. It's like something out of a mystery novel, completely beyond me. I'm a spectator on this ride, and the windows are opaque. I was hoping to get a handle on the situation, but it's impossible. Don't even feel like reading some escapist novel right now. The only thing I want to do at the moment is collect my thoughts without the risk of being disturbed. Which means, guess I'll go for a little run. With a small sigh, I quietly close the story of the girl named Michiru, placing a bookmark between today and tomorrow. I like that. That's a nice line. Okay, so we're going to end the episode there. It's not a break this time. I'm also going to go for a run. Haha, yeehaw. So 6:12. So 7 hours ago, I took my break, and well, now here I am, finishing up the episode. If you guys were wondering what I was doing, I was planning on working on some of my programming homework and also just chilling in a call with my good friends just to have a nice, chill Sunday. Because yes, today is Sunday, one of the days that I actually get in order to record something like this on my own, not have to worry about school and work. Because that's sort of what's been weighing me down and why I had to wait a few days in order to record this. I couldn't just record it in the middle of the week. It was a bit of a hectic one. All my weeks have been pretty hectic, But anyways, enough about me. Thank you for watching this episode. It was pretty crazy. It had some drama. And honestly, I'm hooked into the shit that's going on. Already 1,000 times better than the direction that the anime took it, because we're getting some character development. We're seeing what the fuck is happening with Michiru, who the other Michiru is, instead of it just being the other personality. We're seeing that, she's got a side to her as well, and boy oh boy do I not like that side. So I guess just tune in next time and we'll see what Yuuji does, because that's what I'm very curious about at this point. So thank you for watching. Again, if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more. We got to get another 50, or I guess less than 50 at this point. Another 50 so we can get into the next episode. I don't even know what episode number this is, but we're up there in the 200s because boy oh boy, I loved recording short ass episodes back in the day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.